Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I've lost patience. So I tried to get some help from people and people were trying to help on the Discord channel. 33 Fred was trying to help out. Basically he said you have to run Fusion and there's a Fusion custom tool, but that didn't work. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have the patience for this. This is something that should, in my mind, at this point, just work. And I'm like, no. So what I'm going to do is just not reference Humanize and only do the thing that I wanted to, which actually looks pretty simple. If you can see here, camelize calls Pascalize, which just does a regex. Okay. And then it returns this. And there doesn't seem to be anything else in here that's of worth. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this. We are going to go into here and we are going to remove Humanizer and we're going to remove it here, and that's going to break some stuff. But what we're going to do then is put in a add. Yeah, I don't know why I just did that. And we're going to call it string extensions. Okay. See, now it did the namespace right. I don't get it. Static class, internal static string to camel. Okay, it's because I want a better word to this string itself. This code came from Humanize. Let's give credit where credit is due. We don't necessarily need to get a line number, but it's in here. Yeah, that's fine. Trying to reference the package in the source generator just wasn't working, and the implementation is pretty small. So I basically copied it here, giving credit where credit is due. Okay, so what we need to do first is to say var Pascal case is equal to this monstrosity. Sure. And then we say self here. What is match? Culture info, current. No. Okay, and then we're going to say, because that is what we get as word, and then we're going to say return. We can just say word here. That's fine. And you're going to want to optimize this with a range operator. Yep. Except no, because we can't do that because we're referencing .NET Standard. And I could put the types in, but no, I'm not doing that either. Screw it. I've got a better word I want to use, but I'm not going to use it. When the world truly in .NET gets to everything being .NET first instead of .NET Framework first or .NET Standard first or whatever the hell else we got, the world will be a much better place, but I don't know when that's really going to happen. So we have to camel case now. So if I do a build solution or build project, I should find the 4 spots where we're failing. Where are they? Yes, you don't know what Humanizer is. And there should, yeah. This is the only spot I'm doing it. Nope. Nope. Okay. Now we need to shut down, start up again. Now, of course, just because I did this doesn't mean that, it could be that there is something just flat out wrong with the way I've set up this source generator and it's just not going to work. That is definitely possible. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Nobody knows. Who knows? Do they know? I don't know. Who knows? By the way, I got my workout shirt on because I recorded some this morning, the last couple of episodes, and I worked out, ate lunch, and I just wanted to get back to this. So before I took a shower, I decided to do it with my, it's work. It's either like shirts that I got for doing like bike rides or whatever. This is when I did the duathlon about 3-4 years ago. Or it's a shirt from a conference, and then I just cut the sleeves off, and it's a free workout shirt, All right, so if we come back over to here, which is where we really care, is seeing this fail, because it should fail. Yep, and it still does. Well, that's just freaking wonderful. Unless it decides to work now because Humanizer runs. I don't know. Do you know? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Oh, see, now that's what I was wondering, is if I ran it, would it actually work? And let's run all the tests. And then it passes. And if I come into here, oh, baby, it says it's not generating files. But it must, because there's no way that this could have worked, and that's the thing that I just realized, is that there's no way to actually just step into the deconstruct here. I mean, like in rocks, all of a sudden you see all the methods pop up. Or when I do inline mapping, you see the map to whatever. This has nothing. So it says it's not generating files, but that's a bunch of crap because it has to, otherwise this test wouldn't work. So let's do this. Close it. Okay. And let's make sure that this is basically, yep, that all looks good. Let's close it and open it one more time and bring it up again and see if we get any success of getting it to not be read and actually working, right? Because that would be great. Deconstruct. Would be nice if this works, I mean, it does work. Don't get me wrong. It is actually working. It's deconstructing. So it's, it definitely does work. It's just not showing up here correctly. And that's the thing I don't quite like. So like, I'd love it to see that, yes, you actually did create source. Oh, now you see, okay, start up, shut down, start up again. This should now actually show that this is not an error anymore. Isn't that sweet? And when I come to here, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Baby, oh, it does work. It's so cute. That's sweet, though. That's really nice. And this is the satisfaction, the euphoria, all the chemicals being released in your brain. And it's also coffee that are finally being released because this finally works. Okay. So let's, what do we want to do next? Let's say like a deconstruct exists with no match. Okay. So we'll do a deconstruct exists with no match tests. Okay. And it is doing the namespace thingy right. So I don't know why I didn't do that before, but that's okay. So what we want to have is a class like this that has the that, and let's put in a string like data, just because, and we're going to pull that up here. Okay, and so now what we want is a public void deconstruct out GUID ID out int value, which has an implementation of ID value is equal to this ID, this value. Okay, so that's all good. And now we want to test, not a fact. Come on, we're using NUnit here. Come on, IntelliCode, don't discriminate. This is not internal, this should be public. This will be a public static void. What are we saying in here? Run deconstruct. And we kind of want sort of this. Okay. Come on. Do the formatting right, Visual Studio. What's wrong with you? ID value. We want var data to be data because I can't be clever here. I don't know why you're complaining. And now we want var, we call it target before. Yeah, target equals new deconstruct exists with no match. Object initialization, because that's a thing, data is equal to data. Yeah. Oh, baby. What? I never talked bad about you, IntelliCode. I never did. All these other people were lying. Var new data, new ID, new value. I'm assuming it's getting it in order from what I see it defined, but that's, you know, potentially wrong. Target. And that all works. Now we do assert multiple. Oh, this is so sweet. This is the euphoric stage of everything works. Assert that new data is equal to, whoops, no, data is equal to new data. No, well, that's stupid. Data, assert that new ID is equal to ID, and assert that new value is equal to new value. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, that's value there. Okay. Do you equal? Do we do the deconstruct correctly? And we do. And here's the cool thing is that it did have a deconstruct here, but guess what? We realized there was no match. So we put, oh, baby. I'm doing a special episode today. We are special episoding today. I'm going to take a shower first. I'm going to take a shower, shave. You know, head's got to be a little bit shaved. You got to clean up a little bit. But oh yeah, we are doing a special episode today. Got to show this to the folks, to the people. This is, it's all worth it. Everything you go through, it's all worth it. Because when you finally get to a point where it's like, this works. And yeah, greatness ensues. Well, I don't know if you call it greatness, but this is so nice. All right, I'm gonna do what I just said. I'm gonna take a shower, clean up, and then I'm gonna publish a special episode. And I'm just gonna get out today on a Saturday afternoon because why not? I think this is so, like, it finally matches what people said. It's like, oh, well, you know, you don't have a deconstruct. You just did this. Well, guess what? You can deconstruct with this. It just works now. It just works. How freaking cool is that? Ha ha ha. I love it. All right. So I don't know what I'm going to do in my next episode. I've got, you know, like I was going through all these episodes, finally get to this point. I might do some more stuff with auto deconstruct, just like my other projects in the future. I do know that, like I was saying with editor config, like it has, what in the world did I just do here? Let's go open with, and this new one, yeah, that one. There's probably like a lot more editor config things that I can find and ways to like generate styling stuff as well. I want to do. I might jump to that. You know, there's a whole bunch of list things I got going on, but like I said, there's always new things to explore. I did a stream a couple days ago on Twitch, and you may have noticed when I was switching over the tabs here that I've got StreamYard open on one of the tabs, and I'm thinking of, using I use StreamYard, but that only goes to Twitch. I wanted to go to Twitch and YouTube because then YouTube preserves it. And I'm thinking of just doing what I'm calling a random code stream every Thursday night. That works out really well with my schedule right now. My family usually has nothing going on Thursday night. It's ironically a night where I can just relax and do nothing. And it's not like a Friday night. It just lets me have a drink, and I can just, it's mostly not to go off and do like weird things, just off the cuff things, fun things, which just is fun. But to have that be more of the, so I wouldn't necessarily potentially do things I'm doing here, there, maybe not, because this always has a buffer of about a month or two before episodes get published. But I want to, do this, keep doing this, where I get things out twice a week, and then do a Thursday night stream where it's just kind of a fun free for all, and we'll see where that goes. But it went really well. Thankfully, Jeff Fritz, thank you, Jeff, gave a little shout out when I was getting motivated on that Thursday night to do it. And so I actually ended up having about 10 or 15 people watching, and the discussion I thought went really well. Now, of course, that may not hold, but the little hooks got in, the little seed got planted, and I'm like, I think I want to pursue this more, and doing this as I might actually also start. I was doing like reviews and recording them. I'm thinking of maybe like a Sunday morning, because I really don't do anything on a Sunday morning, is just getting up and spending about 10, 15 minutes or whatever, just reviewing. Like I got a whole stack of books over there that I've wanted to go over, and maybe some movies I've watched, and just kind of do that as a chat on a Sunday morning, and get some coffee and say, hey, I've read this book and this is what I think about it. And hey, I've seen this movie and this is what I think about it. And what do you think? So I may do that too. I'm kind of getting into more of this streaming thing. So I may take advantage of that well. Tune in, both Twitch TV/Jason Bach, and of course this YouTube channel. So anyway, getting the special edition video out today, that will be fun, and we will see what holds for the future. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.